Pro Wrestling Australia is back in the heart of the Sydney CBD. Live June 14th at the Metro Theatre with the return of the King of the Metro 30-person Rumble match. Get your tickets now at Ticketek.
Welcome to a special, I guess, bite-sized edition of Behind the Roar as we celebrate West Tigers' 25th season in the NRL. And this week, as we recognise and celebrate the immense contribution that Indigenous players, past and present, have made to our game. Behind the Roar, as always, is proudly sponsored by PWA, Pro Wrestling Australia. Well, this week's guest, as we prepare for Indigenous Round, is a very proud Indigenous man who played a key role in the design of our Indigenous jersey. Before we hear and chat to Richard, a quick look ahead to this weekend. So a few changes to the team, obviously, for our Indigenous round match against the Cowboys Friday night in Townsville, following it was a disappointing loss to the Dolphins in Magic Round. And as Benji said, we did lack discipline. Again, back then, it was a case that we beat ourselves very much. That said, though, I have said many times this season, there can be absolutely no question about the players' effort. We see it week in, week out. And that, effort, it appears to me a non-negotiable with this team, which is great. So the Cowboys, well, no need to mention what happened last time we travelled to Townsville. We'll skim past that one. And it was a different squad, different coach. So I guess the past doesn't really reflect the future. I will say, though, the last time that we played the Cowboys in Indigenous Round, well, we did give them a whipping at Leichhardt. That was also in round 12. That was last year. Let's hope, something, bit of history repeats. Look, our New South Wales Cup team, West Magpies, they're in action on Sunday. They're up against the Blacktown Workers Sea Eagles. That's at 3 o'clock. At HE Labert Field in Blacktown. Get along to that if you can and support the boys. A few boys have come out of that team to come into the NRL, so there has been a little bit of a juggle around, if you like, and so our flag team is, well, not disrupted, but a couple of changes there as well as a result of what's happened in the first grade team. The flag boys, they're up against the Sea Eagles as well. That's on Friday night. 6 p.m. at 4 Pines Park, Brookie, if you can get along to that. I know they would love to have you there as well. And again, it was a while back, but just again, well done to all those who represented West Tigers in last weekend's City Country Games at Leichhardt Oval. You should all be very, very proud, regardless of what the result was, be very proud of gaining those representative honours. Now, also, as you will have learnt by now, on Thursday, it was confirmed that Isaiah Papali'i will be joining Penrith, the Panthers, next year. Obviously, a lot of unfinished business this year for Ice, and I know, as Benji has said as well, that he is a man high on principle and integrity, and he will continue to buy in. We know that to what our team is doing for the rest of this season. So he will be here, and I know giving it his all for the rest of this season before he joins the Panthers. And he is back on Friday night after serving that one-game suspension. All right, well, this week's guest played a key role in the design of our Indigenous jersey for 2024 that the boys will wear on Friday night against North Queensland Cowboys. It's a very warm welcome to Behind the Roar, Uncle Richard Campbell. Richard, thanks for joining us, mate.
No, it's a privilege, mate. Thank you.
No, and it's great that you've made the trip from south of Wollongong all the way up to Townsville for this match in Indigenous Round. I should point out to our listeners as well that you've just made a special presentation to the playing group on the eve of the game, sort of explaining to the boys a little bit of the significance of the jersey itself, which you have designed. Yeah. Before we talk about the jersey, that experience itself, I imagine, must have been proud.
Like, as I said, when I first got the news that I was going to paint the jersey, doing the painting itself, it took longer than expected because, I was, just, overwhelmed with the process of, doing the actual jersey for the club that I love. Yeah.
Have you always been an artist? When did you start painting?
I started painting at a very young age. My grandfather, my uncles, they're artists and that also. Got a famous artist as an uncle there too, Richard Campbell, older, and
yeah.
So it's in the blood, yeah.
And you say the club you love. What, you supported West Tigers?
Oh, mate, I'm a Balmain supporter, mate, yeah. So I've been Balmain since I was a young fella,
Yeah.
and yeah, still to this day, I'm very much in love with the club.
Yeah. Do you remember how you became in love with Balmain? Was that passed down through the family or what?
No, it wasn't passed down through the family, mate. I was a Parramatta boy then, you
Wee.
know. So yeah, you know, I was Parramatta before the Tigers, and then yeah, you know, following my dad there. He was a avid Parramatta supporter. And then I got him with my dad's brothers, and they converted me over to the Tigers.
Oh, I was a Parramatta boy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
all
good.
right. Yeah. And the old Parramatta emblem. Do you remember? It was
The
Aboriginal.
old Aboriginal man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parramatta, yeah. After the big heel, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Bud Sullivan is part of your community, your mob, if you like. Tell us a bit about your mob, firstly.
Well, I was born in Kiama on Darrell country. I'm a proud Jurunganji man of the far south coast, a little place called Bermagui, Wallaga Lake. And yeah, so from down that ways, and yeah.
Bermagui. Nice part of the world.
It's a good part to visit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've come to love Wollongong now, so
Yeah.
But home's always with the Arties, you know, so yeah.
Yeah. She's a bit cold down there at the moment.
I love the cold, mate.
Bit warmer up here though. You're right.
Oh, it's all right for me.
Wait, what have you done with your foot, by the way? I mean, our listeners can't see your foot, but you've got a bit of a cast
mate,
on there.
Well, I can't even tell a good story about it.
Oh,
mate.
go on.
Nah, I can't, you know. I love playing poker, you know, so yeah, I was at one of the home pubs there and on the break, and I fell down the stairs.
Oh no.
You know, sober as a judge.
Got a bad hand, did you?
No, not a bad hand. I was just trying to rush back. But yeah, so, but the thing is, you know, I went back to poker. I just suffered the pain until everything happened to me, you know. My phone ran out of charge. I couldn't ring my wife.
One of those days.
It was one of those days, mate.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
It happens to me quite often, actually, that sort of stuff. And listen, Indigenous Round, Rich, it's been happening for many, many years, and I think the NRL does it really, really well. Not just Indigenous people appreciate it. I think the broader population really latch on to Indigenous Round, and particularly Indigenous players when they run out with that jersey on, like those in our team on Friday night. There's obviously a real sense of pride and passion, but also it is a special occasion.
Oh, of course, you know, like Aboriginal communities and people are very passionate about rugby league in itself. As you know, we've got the New South Wales Aboriginal knockout every year, and a lot of these players that come out of that there get picked in the NRL come from that there, you know, the knockout. And, you know, to see, you know, blackfellas playing for the Tigers and that, you know, my cousin, he was a previous Tiger player, Paul Davis.
Yeah?
So, yeah, he's my mob, and, you know, yeah, just seeing fellas like that, old Larry Corolla.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah, all them old fellas, mate.
I was going to say at Leichhardt, I reckon we should have a Corolla corner.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
Big mural in the corner
100%, mate.
Where he used to score them all.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, I remember going there as a young fella there and watching him score a few tries there. You know, it was,
He could play. What is the Indigenous players, like your Larry Corrowas and your Artie Beatsons and then all those, there's been so many over the years, when they make it to the top of their sport in NRL, tell me, Rich, how big an influence does that have on the younger Indigenous people coming through?
Oh, mate, it has a big impact, you know. Like I said, they were role models before they left the community, and then they go and get picked in the NRL, and the NRL just makes them even bigger role model, you know. They're an aspiration to our community, not just Aboriginal community, but all the community where they're from. Well, I know for my boy there, you know, he's an avid NRL fan himself, you know. He's a Melbourne supporter, so, and I tell him, you know, if you want to come to watch the Tigers, you got to wear a Tigers jumper, mate. So he goes and gets one, you know. But yeah, just, you know, right across the board, when they see an Aboriginal fella run out for their team and representing their mob, their own country, you know, their family, their bloodline, you know, it was just, unbelievable.
We've got a handful of Indigenous boys in the squad, and a few are not playing tomorrow night. And I know that Aiden Caesar has really really gutted that he can't wear that jersey. He's out, suspended. NATO, he's out, suspended. But Bud's playing, and he very much a big part of your clan, your community.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm
yep.
100%, mate. You know, as I said, like, even when Bud was playing with the Dragons, you know, we'd go and watch him play, and that damn when, you know, I heard that he was going to the Tigers, I was jumping up and down.
I bet you were.
Yeah, I was jumping up and down, mate.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, then he rung me up there one day and said, "Unc, I don't know if you do paint the, you know, Indigenous jersey for us this year." And I just, mate, don't say no more, mate. You know, so yeah, bang. And yeah, no, it's a very proud moment for me.
Yeah.
Same with his dad, Jason, you know, and his family. So, and Kumirichi Mission, everyone in Wollongong, they all love him, you know. So
Yeah. So that's where you're very close with his dad.
yeah. As I said,
Play a bit of footy.
I mean, Jason played all, you know, and rep footy and that together and stuff like that with my teenagers. So yeah, he's still going. I cut my boots up years ago.
He's still going, is he?
Yeah, he's still going.
I met him a few weeks back. He popped in at the Zurich Centre at Concord, our Centre of Excellence, just off the road. He was working up the road, so he popped in for a coffee. He said, "I'm Bud's dad." I said, "Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Chris."
Yeah, mate, he's, you know, still looking fit there, you know.
Absolutely.
Lad, so yeah.
Oh, you could still play, Rich, if you wanted to, mate. We'll get that cast.
I get sore watching these boys. Well, I'm a coach there now, you know. I coach, you know, Curry side down home there, Mount Warrigal Curry United, and yeah, I just get sore watching them boys train, even though I'm saying, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, you know.
The other boy, Indigenous roots heritage is Jareen Buller.
Yeah.
So I know he's Fijian, but he's also got Indigenous roots.
Yeah,
so,
that's exactly
and
right.
he's very much still learning about his background.
Yeah, well, I had a yarn with him there this morning there, and you know, I said, "What's Paul Davis to you?" He goes, "Oh, that's my uncle." I said, "Well, that's my first cousin." So, you know, like, we didn't even know each other, my family, see, so.
So Paul,
yeah, you're 5'8", yeah.
Yeah, of course. He could play.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, there's been so many bloody good players over the years.
Oh,
and
100%.
like, you know, your Preston Campbells, your Nathan Blackmonts, these days, your Latrells and your Codys. I mean, there's just each.
Well, I said, you got Cody, you know, he's mob. Preston, he's my mob. Jayden, you know, so.
Yeah. Oh, it must be a proud moment, hey?
Campbell's can produce them, mate.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's a bit about the jersey, Rich. So tell us a little bit about it. And obviously, this is an audio podcast. You can go on our website and there's a bit of an article with you in it and you're talking about it. Tell us what was the message and what did you want to tell in that story on the jersey?
Well, they wanted somewhere where it can represent, you know, the three different ovals. So I was thinking, you know, like, well, the furthest one away I said, you know, would be Concord, yeah. And you got Leichhardt, the big one, that's in the middle. Then you got Campbelltown down south. Okay, so you got Darug, Gundagara, and Dharawal. So they're three countries who's in that Dharawal nation. And so the kangaroo tracks that are leading to each field are the past players. Half of the jersey on the front is our people sitting around with sticks. So that represents the women for the women's rugby league. And the other side is the men. Okay, so they sitting around that yarn circle talking about, you know, football. The totems on there represent past and present players. Okay, you got Yarn the lyrebird, you got Buri the whale, and you got Mugadan the goanna.
Yeah. How long did it take you to paint the design, you reckon?
Background took me about 10, 15 goes because I was just stressing. I just wanted to see it perfect, you know. So, well, all up probably took, you know, 3 days. Yeah, so.
Yeah. No, it looks good.
Yeah.
Looks really good. I know the boys are going to be super proud pulling it on tomorrow.
They're going to win tomorrow night. That's what they're going to do, yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah, I feel it, bud.
I hope you're right.
Oh, yeah, I know, mate.
Yeah. Rich, great to talk to you, mate. And thanks again for making the trip up here. I know you'll enjoy yourself on the sideline at Queensland Country Bank Stadium.
Oh, for sure.
And last year we up here it wasn't. Well, let's not talk about that. But the last time we played the Cowboys in Indigenous Round, was that Leichhardt? Oh, geez, I don't know, 68-16 or something like that. Or something like that.
That's right.
11 tries, and Jareem scored his very first NRL try. Something could happen similar tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All the best, mate. Again, thanks very much. It's a great looking design, and it's great to learn a bit more about it.
No, mate, I'd just like to, take this opportunity to thank the West Tigers for giving me and my family the opportunity to present this jersey to the boys. I'd like to thank my wife and my daughter there, which she's our graphic designer.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, we're all in house here. So.
Well, your wife's here, Lisa. Oh, well, she at least hasn't got the microphone on. She's here with you now, and it's having a great time. So that's great. Again, thanks, mate, and appreciate it. And let's show our stripes against the Cowboys on Friday, and we'll stay in touch and chat again soon.
Deadly. Thank you.
Deadly.
Cheers.
There is Richard Campbell, the designer of this year's Indigenous jersey, and his wife Lisa, and great to have them on board. We will do it all again next week on the Behind the Roar. Until then, take care. Keep on roaring.
Behind the Roar, the official podcast of West Tigers.